In terms of the weekend, Darren, obviously it's frustrating to lose the game, but it's kind of a case of, as you were really, with other teams not playing and nobody around you picking up a win.
Yeah, we prepared as normal Friday afternoon. Obviously, I'd had earlier in the day that the possibility of the game going to be off and possibly put back 24 hours to the Sunday. But the players weren't aware of that right until the end of what we were doing. So we'd done all our prep, got the news, game was off. Players went home, came in on Saturday. We trained at the stadium because of the weather, couldn't allow us to train at the training ground. And we did a session working towards Gillingham, and one or two things we needed to work on. And so it was fine. And obviously went about our day on the Saturday, doing your own thing. And Robbo went to see Charlton Gillingham. I've watched it back. So just move on to the next one, really. There's no big gaps because Saturday, Tuesday is just happening all the time.
Yeah, nice to have a bit of milder weather this week. Have you felt the benefit with training today?
Yeah, we're going to train this afternoon, just so that the groundsman can get a bit of work into the pitch. We're back at the training ground, which is good. The lads will all be ready. They're getting COVID tested now, so touch wood, everyone's fine. We'll be out in the grass at 1 o'clock and have a preparation session for the game tomorrow.
With Saiki, is it much the same situation as Friday, just waiting to see how he is?
No, he's fit. He's training. He would have missed Saturday, but he's the extra couple of days. We did a fitness work on Saturday. He was not ready for that game. No reaction today, hopefully, and he comes in and he's back in the squad.
And that's a nice decision to have, really, to have Saiki available. And as we were saying on Friday, with Mo having done well against Ipswich, okay, didn't get the goal, but he'd shown a lot of what he's about. That's a nice decision to have.
Yeah, and it's always been there for me, and predominantly I've had Dembele up front with John, who's been a real fixture in the team. But to have Mo, is such a bonus because we know he's an excellent finisher. We know he's a very good player. He's been frustrated about not getting as much game time as he would like. But we know there's a good player in there and arguably our best finisher. So it's never an issue what team I pick or who I play. I also know that if Mo were to get a goal and gets up and running, either starting or coming off the bench, he's capable of going on a right run. And he's fresh. There's a real freshness to him, which I think is going to be vital for the last third of the season.
Is Ronnie Edwards still on target? I know he's got a long way to go, but is he where you hoped he would be at this stage?
Probably. He's still a bit off, I have to say. But he's probably where we would expect him to be right now. Yeah, Peter, that's fair to say.
And with Gillingham, we know it's always a tough place to go. Actually, your recent results there have been pretty good, but it's always a tough trip.
Always a tough game, and whenever I look at opposition that go there and win, it's always a good result. It's always deemed as a good result. Like I said, we had Rob at the game on Saturday. They were very good. They won the game, obviously, apart from the Lincoln game where I felt the 3-0 was a bit flattering to Lincoln, to be honest. I watched that game, but Gillingham were good in spells. They drew at Sunderland, they beat Crewe comfortably. Listen, it's a tough game. They're very, very good at what they do in terms of how they play. That is their real strength. So we've just got to go there and hopefully implement what we want to do to them and make sure that we stop them having the control that they like to get in certain ways.
It's often a place where the weather can be quite challenging, but then you've had plenty of experience with that over the past few weeks.
Yeah, I mean, look, whenever you go down there, and normally there's fans and in that stand, there's no cover. It can be, last year we went there and we won. It was good, but obviously, look, it's one of those seasons. It doesn't matter whether it's windy, it's blowing a gale, it's rain. We just have to grind out a result, and we know our away form has to improve, and we're hoping that's the case starting because we've got 5 away games in the next 7 games. So we would like to be in a similar position coming out of that.
Good weekend for the under-18s. It was quite nice, really, in a way that with your game being off, they were able to get in the spotlight a bit more.
It was great. Back-to-back league wins, league titles. I managed to get probably the second half, after we'd finished our session at the ground. And it was a real gritty performance. It was a nervous game for both teams because there was a lot riding on it. I don't think Matty and Simon and Kieran would say it was their most fluid performance, but that really was irrelevant on the day. They're a real resilient lot, and I was absolutely delighted. It actually got quite tense towards the end. We were thinking they missed a really good chance, and then Adler came on, and he made a big difference. He set one up, it was a fantastic finish. So no, it's great, and it's great for the work that Matty and Simon have done. Matty's been with me a lot more this season, and Simon's been doing the 18s on certain days. They know the club very well. They know there's a pathway. We have a very good relationship, and Kieran just gels the whole thing together. And Matty and Simon have done great. They really have, and Kieran. All three of them have been a credit to the club.
And talking of the youngsters, Bradley Rolt is going to go on loan to Bohemians. Presumably, you look at that one and think, yeah, that's a loan he can really get his teeth into.
Yes, it's a good one, because I've got one or two decisions to make come the end of the season in terms of players, the younger ones, whether we give them an extra contract, another year or whatever. This will be a good test for the boy. I've got someone that lives in Dublin that I know very well, can keep an eye on him. So I think it's a great move for him. The boy was very keen to go, which is testament to his attitude, because obviously it's over the water, and in the current situation it can be difficult. But credit to the boy, he was ready for it, and we'll see how he goes.